Hello to you. Welcome into Money Talk Monday. I'm Colin Parker. This new segment here at WLB is designed to empower you with the knowledge and tools to confidently manage your money and also help you make smart financial decisions and give you some resources right here in our community, in our backyard. And what a better way to start than with the holiday season. It is upon us. Can you believe it already? And people across the country are expected to spend about $242 billion on gifts and nearly $311 billion on flights and hotels. That's according to NerdWallet's annual analysis of holiday spending. NerdWallet reports holiday shoppers plan to spend $1,107 on average for presents. That's $182 more than last year's average. I want to bring in this morning Kent Patrick with Bush Wealth Management. Kent, always a pleasure to talk with you, my friend. Tell us first, how are tariffs shaking up holiday spending this year?
Thank you, Quinlan. Yeah, tariffs are shaking up holiday spending in a very significant way. Essentially, it has eroded purchasing power from us as consumers. And you've seen that at the grocery store, you've seen that at the gas station, and then now you're going to see it in the aisles when you're trying to shop for, Christmas gifts and toys and things of that nature. So it's something that consumers need to budget and they definitely need to plan for.
Some Americans there still can credit card or have credit card debt from last year's holiday season. The NerdWallet survey says actually 31% of 2024 holiday shoppers who use credit cards still haven't paid off those balances. What are some ways that people or strategies to avoid overspending this holiday season? And also kind of tell us what are some ways that people can pay off that debt while still being able to get out there and shop this holiday season?
Yeah, that's a good question. The first item to do is hopefully have a little bit of self-control, and that's kind of what gets people in these mistakes to begin with. Is if you take out a credit card and you use it for holiday spending, you want to make sure that you've got the cash flow to cover the expenses. And if you don't, maybe you are someone who says, listen, I know I've got to go into a little bit of debt in order to get my loved ones the things I want to get them. Maybe you should search for a credit card that has a 0% interest for a fixed amount of time. Maybe it's 3 months or 6 months. And at least that way you can pay your principal back over time and not having to pay the credit card company at a high interest rate.
So we are in the last month of the year, and I know a lot of people are probably going to start now with doing their budget for the next year. Should people factor in holiday spending into their overall annual budget?
I think you absolutely have to. It's a part of your overall expenses, and if you can budget, hopefully you will not find yourself in a situation where you've got to put it on a credit card. One other red flag that I'll caution consumers is the entire buy now, pay later industry that you've seen coming up when you're checking out at your local stores. It's a double-edged sword, Quinlan, because it can be used to your advantage if you have the discipline to put something essentially on modern day layaway is what it is. But now they call it buy now, pay later. But the other side of the sword, if you don't have the discipline and you wake up in 1 or 2 months down the road and you've got all of these different payments that you're responsible for, that's when you can get yourself in a bind. So if you're going to take advantage of those offers, I just would encourage you to document it. Maybe you've got a separate Excel sheet or a notepad where you're writing down the exact amount that you're on the hook for.
Yeah, you talked about it there, and we've actually talked about it in the past, those buy now, pay later programs, the pros and cons of it. So what are the best ways for people to pay for those holiday expenses? Would you say credit cards or savings or a specific account?
Well, cash is king. I mean, that's the best way. If you don't have the money to buy something, you probably shouldn't be purchasing it. But I know that's easier said than done. So if you're someone that you've got to spend the money, I would look for a credit card that does not have a high interest rate. You can pay it off over time. Or maybe you set aside a budget and have different accounts that you know throughout the year, I'm going to set $100 a month into this Christmas spending account or whatever that may look like. But what it boils down to, like I've said earlier, is just having the self-discipline and the self-control not to get out ahead of your skis and overspend.
Indeed. And so what are your thoughts on using store credit cards or those loyalty programs? I know they try to get you as you check out for those holiday purchases.
Yeah, I think it can be great if you use it to your advantage. If you get in a bind and you end up kind of falling victim or prey to the incentive programs, you can hurt yourself financially. And this time of year, it's important for us to remember, why are we celebrating this? It's not about the toys or the gifts. It's about the thankfulness and spending time with loved ones. So I would encourage you to, if you're going to take advantage of the store credit cards, just make sure you do it within the limitations and that you don't overspend. And next thing you know, you've got a large credit card bill.
All right, Ken Patrick, tell us anything else that our viewers should know as we go into this holiday season before we hit the stores.
I would definitely set a budget, decide where you're going to actually pull the money from to buy your holiday gifts, and then think about this time next or going forward into next year. What can you do now going into January, February to set yourself up for success in the holiday spending season of 2026?
All right, sounds good. Ken, always a pleasure talking with you. Some great, valuable information there. Hopefully our viewers will be able to use during this holiday season to not overspend and to make sure that we are budgeting our money just right. Ken, thank you for joining us on this first episode of Money Talk Mondays. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Quinlan.